You have a superpower that's going to help you combat stress and fall asleep effortlessly. You've reached Success Hotline, message number 10,239. I'm Dr. Rob Gilbert, and this is session number 28 in the Save Your Life Relaxation Seminar. You have a superpower. It's called your imagination. Your imagination is going to help you visualize and imagine things that will help you reduce stress and fall asleep. Now, for short periods of time, your body doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's imagined. So if you imagine, well, let's not talk about that anymore. Let's play a little game. I want you to imagine. You might want to close your eyes. Some people say visualize, but the more recent term is imagine. Imagery. So I want you to imagine you're at a table in your kitchen or in the dining room, and right in front of you is a plate, and on the plate is a big, juicy lemon. And right beside the plate is a knife, and what I'd like you to do is to cut the lemon in half. And as you're cutting the lemon in half, the juice is spurting out of the lemon, it's getting on your hands, and you could smell the lemony smell in the air. And now the lemon is in two halves. Now take one of the halves and cut that in half. So cut it in half with that sharp knife. And now hold it up. Hold one quarter of the lemon up. And if you just squeeze a little bit, all this juice just comes out of it. So what I'd like you to do is to take that quarter of a lemon and put it in your mouth and bite down on it. And that tart, sour taste, and swirl that tart, sour taste all around your tongue and all around your mouth. Now let me ask you a question. Did you salivate? Now, was there a lemon? Well, yes and no. Was there a real lemon? No. Was there a lemon in your imagination? Yes. And if you really, really got an incredibly realistic picture of that lemon in your mouth, and you used all your senses, you saw it, you felt it, you heard it, you smelled it, you tasted it, you probably did salivate. See, for short periods of time, your mind and body don't know the difference between what's real and what's imagined. For example, you wake up in the middle of the night, you're having a nightmare. Your heart's racing, you're sweating, you're screaming. For short periods of time, your mind and body didn't know the difference between what was real and what was a dream. You thought the dream was real. You go to a horror movie, you think the horror movie's real, you start screaming. So we could use this to scare ourselves or to save ourselves. So we're going to be using relaxation in imagery and visualization. So, in our last practice session, I said, imagine yourself relaxing. Imagine yourself in 5 years. And you just play a game. You just make it up. Now, you might be saying, I don't have a good imagination. Oh, you have as good of an imagination as anybody in the world. And let me prove it to you. I'm not just going to tell it to you. I'm going to prove it to you. Try to imagine something you can't imagine. Do you hear what I said? Try to imagine something you can't imagine. And you can't. You can imagine anything. Let me ask you this. Could you imagine yourself doing a one-arm push-up on the head of the Statue of Liberty? Now, you might be saying no. You might be saying, no, I don't believe I could do it. No, I'm not asking you whether you believe it. I'm imagining, could you imagine it? Could you see the picture of yourself doing a one-arm push-up on the head of the Statue of Liberty? Of course you can imagine it. You can imagine anything. So we're going to use your imagination and your memory. We're going to use your very, very powerful memory to recall pleasant things, relaxing things from the past. We're going to use your even more powerful imagination to imagine yourself in places you like to be. Imagine yourself totally relaxed. Imagine yourself falling asleep. Imagine yourself waking up. Imagine yourself getting an A on the test. For short periods of time, your mind and body don't know the difference between what's real and what's imagined. So you have a superpower that we're going to use, and it's going to help you reduce stress and win the battle against stress. Absolutely, positively, guaranteed. Just stay with me, you'll see what I mean.